Hello and welcome, sim racing fans, to the rolling dunes of the Netherlands. We're coming at you live from the virtual circuit Zandvoort, and tonight's the Apex Motor Club Sim Racing Series takes on the national layouts here tonight in a 35-minute sprint featuring ever-competitive Mazda MX-5s. This is that shorter version of the track here tonight. It shaves off that longer Grand Prix layout, so no straights here tonight, but don't be fooled, the challenge remains. Tight corners, dramatic elevations, as well as a low grip sands runoff mixed circuit Zandvoort. This is a precision track here, right on the coastline in the Netherlands. Welcome here to Stam Studio Network. My name's Sean Stan. I got Warren Johnson up here in the booth. He'll be with us in just a couple moments' time. Real quick before we get to virtual trackside coverage here, appreciate every single one of you joining in here tonight, making this all possible here tonight in Stam Studio Network. We have cut down to the end of qualifying. Here we go. There you see on the left side of your screen, live timings and standings. Real quick before we take a look at the track breakdown here, we'll get live to some checkered flags out on the speedway. Looks like Joseph Rainey, son of Joe Rainey, Rainey Holmes Racing driver MX-5, will put it here on pole so far. Jake Steckler down and backing into the pits. Slater Colby has it P3 for the moment.
Sean, can you hear me?
Hey, loud and clear, Warren. How are you doing on this beautiful evening?
I'm doing great, Sean. I'm excited to be here in the booth with you yet again, and it's going to be a good race.
It is, man. Unfortunately, you're normally here out on the track with us, but had a little bit longer drive back from work here tonight. So you'll be joining me up in the booth, but I bring that up here, Warren, because what is going through your minds right now as qualifying is about rounding up, and we're just about to head to the grid.
Where are we at today? Zandvoort?
Oh yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, we just raced this track in the West Coast Sim League and the 86s, and it is a tough track. It's very, very fast in a lot of the sectors. As you can see, that big sweeping right-hander into that long straight, and those kind of two medium straights in the middle part of the track. Yeah, this is a very difficult track. There's lots of elevation changes and a lot of banking in the turns, which you don't see usually on tracks like these. So it's very unique. I think it's the most unique racing track that I've ever raced on in iRacing, and I think everyone could say the same.
Gosh, you kind of nailed it there, Warren. Look at how easy this track looks respectfully on that track map, though. But it's 10 turns, 1.8 miles. But like you said, it's really ever so easy. The elevation changes, they'll definitely sneak up on you. And look at how many hairpins there are on this track. Very tight technical corners. You're going to have to get these very light horsepower and very light on the weight. These Mazdas slowed and woed down. I know you raced the GR86s, got the owned league, the West Coast Sim Racing League. Tonight at the Apex Motor Club, though, the MX-5s. Real quick, what's kind of the biggest differences off the top of your head between the MX-5 and the GR86?
Oh, I could talk all night about the differences. It's a completely different car. It's pretty much the opposite car, in my opinion. Maybe some people won't agree with that, but I think they're completely opposite cars. Despite their size, the 86 is a bit bigger than the Miata in real life when you put them side by side. And in game, these are the GR Cup versions of the GR86s, so they have all the arrow, the rear arrow, the front arrow. Obviously some suspension differences, brakes, and everything like that. But the 86 is just completely planted in the game, in my opinion. It's just grips, compared to the Formula Drift MX-5, as I call it. Those cars are just flying around the turn. They're just loose, super, super loose all the time. So yeah, it's a completely different driving experience. And that's interesting on this track too, because with the banked turns, you get even more, grip, and you're able to take the turns at more speed. But I'm wondering what's going to happen with the Miatas here with that loose rear end.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be fun to watch. Taking a real quick look at our starting grid. How about it, Joseph Rainey? He's going to slap it up here on the pole. And Warren, this is special. I know you've been out here, raced on the track with with Joseph Rainey. But this is special because I was talking with Joe Rainey before the race, and he says, I mean, Joseph, he's going to be hard to beat here tonight. He is a two-time reigning champion in the Apex Motor Club, both in the Mazdas and GT4 cars. He's only lost one GT4 race in 2 years, and that was to, of course, Joe Rainey himself. But keep your eye on the number 30. He's going to have face here tonight. How about Jake Steckler? He's going to put it up right there on the starting row. P2, Slater Colby, P3, Marvin Samoya, Nathaniel Redmond, Joe Rainey, Brandon Burt, Stone Colby, Samuel Cruz, Charlie Ferrer, Josh Hunter, Connor T. Cunningham, rounding out that top 12.
Yeah, that front row is definitely interesting because if we go back to that, Jake Steckler has been on fire recently in both of the leagues. And, you know, he is an exciting driver to watch. Joey Rainey, you know, as they call him, Joey or Joseph, that guy is rapid. I think he's my pick to win. He does get involved in some bigger incidents, so I'm kind of interested to see what happens there. But I think if his race goes cleanly and smoothly, he's going to take the lead. Jake, watch out for Jake. Dude, he's been on fire recently. Don't count him out at all. And another driver I want to watch is Marvin. I've seen him there in the second row, so I'm excited to see this race tonight.
Well, thank you everybody once again here to joining in tonight on Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean Stam. We got Warren Johnson up here in the booth tonight with us from this 10-turn track, 1.8 miles. It's going to be fun. This is one of the more technical tracks that we've come to here lately in the Apex Motor Club Sim Racing Series. You said it best there, Joseph Rainey and Jake Steckler out there on that starting row, but having Marvin Samoya as well as Slater Colby down there in row number 2. This is going to be really, really fun to watch here on the start.
Absolutely, yeah. The whole front of the grid of this race is exciting. Any one of these drivers can pull the win off. You know, you don't count any of these top 5, top 8 drivers out. They're all extremely talented drivers, and you know, I think this is going to be a hell of a race.
Alrighty, we are 2 by 2 trying to warm these tires up, get tires and brakes all up to operating conditions here. We are just a couple turns away from the iRacing safety car diving to the safety of pit lane. Let me know if everything is sounding a-okay down there in YouTube land below once we do get engines fired, because whoo boy, this is going to get good. Here we see a 22 driver grid. We actually have Logan Nordhoff and James Lovejoy, 23rd, 24th, still in the pits. But right now, this is what we've waited all week here. Here we go, 2 by 2 for 10 rows back. Joseph Rainey, Jake Steckler from the other side of the world. Here we go. The field is in Joseph's hands. Green flag is out. We are Mazda MX-5 racing. Oh, already a big one.
Big accident in the rear already as they come in down to turn 1. 3 wide with Jake Steckler in the middle there in that pink Mazda MX-5. He got caught out a little bit there on the start, it seems. I wonder what happened. They maybe didn't get a good as jump as the other 3 above him.
Speaking of 3 wide, we'll funnel it back down, hit some 2 and 3 wide back and a little bit further back into the pack. Here we go through the second hairpin corner of the track. We're starting. Oh no, that is Samuel Cruz involved early on.
Oh boy, good thing. Okay, damage isn't on tonight, which is a good thing for that. So we don't have to worry about that. But look at who's out in front in there. It's Joseph Rainey. He's still got that about a half a 3/10 gap there, half a second. You know, I think if this race keeps going his way like this, he had a clean start. I mean, I think he's going to start pulling some seconds on these guys here in a few laps.
It was that was definitely the case there in the practice session before the race. Warren, we continue to have some newer drivers just about every single week. Here's one of them. No. That was Charles Hurley down Mach 2 into the tire barrier.
That is reminiscent of my accident there on the GR Cup race we had a couple weeks ago, and a little bit different. He got on the right side, it seems, and just lost. No, it's going to be the same exact incident I had, all the way into the inside, and hopefully he didn't take anybody out like I did. No, it looks like he got away cleanly with it, at least from the rest of the pack. So, no harm, no foul, ever to himself.
Backing out to the race lead to complete lap number 1 here early on. It's going to belong to Joseph Rainey. We're going to start to single file things out once more again within these front runners. Of course, the top 3 drivers are interviewed here after the race, but how about it? Here comes Slater Colby. He was just on Joseph Rainey on that corner exit. Looks like Joseph was able to drop a gear and disappear, but don't count out Slater just yet. He's already up 1 spot since the start of the race.
Nah, you can never count out Slater. And it's interesting, they're doing the exact same layout. I thought they were going to do the bigger layout, but they're doing the exact same layout as we did. Here's an important turn. This is the turn that goes onto the main straight. You have to get this right. You can really carry a lot of speed through that turn. Not a whole lot of braking. I think in these cars you don't brake at all. But I mean, look at the run that Joseph had there. That gap was 0.2, and now it's 0.4. We got a little bump draft from Nathaniel Redmond and the Slater Colby, so that's going to help him definitely. Just got to nail that braking zone. You have to compensate when you're getting that bump draft from behind. You have to adjust your braking zone accordingly. And Marvin's back there in P5. It looks like. I thought he's doing good. I think he got around Joe Rainey there. Joe Rainey needs to pick up the pace. What's going on? That high line seems to work through that super bank turn. You don't want to go low there because then you're climbing up that hill as you come out of the corner exit. You just lose all your momentum, and that's not where you want to be. But it looks like all these drivers are doing. This is the most difficult turn in the track. Super tight hairpin. Lots of incidents happen there. That braking zone is really tough to nail. Super heavy braking zone, but they're keeping it clean. They're single file all the way back, so this is looking like a pretty clean race so far.
Single file up until about P15, 16. Stone Colby starting to work his way backing up through the pack. He had an incident on the start of this race as they're looking like they're starting to four-wheel up there in front of him. Let's take a real quick look at the replay of Stone Colby here. Oh, we'll have to back this puppy up, but man, the speeds are pretty quick here at Zandvoort. Warren, things are going to happen quick, and this is with the Fendi Racing driver, Samuel Cruz, trying to make that high line work on lap 1. Door quarter, not quite clear.
Yeah, and if you rewind it just a little bit, we can see that Stone took that lower line into that turn, and you just kind of wash up the track a little bit into there. But as you can see, the other car kind of came into him as well. There's some multiple factors going on there. I've had a lot of good racing with that other car. I can't remember his name, but I've had some good battles with him on the track before in these Miatas. But that's what I'm talking about with that low line. You don't want to be down there. It's a really hard place to make a move. If you get it right, though, it's a fantastic spot to get a position in, but it's really hard to nail it that time. It kind of didn't work out for those two drivers. But Stone, we know Stone, he can make his way back up. He's only got 10 seconds. Yeah, he can, especially with the caution, it doesn't really matter.
Well, speaking of that competition caution, nobody knows when that thing is going to come out except yours truly here. It may be one other driver, but that was just who told me when to throw it. So keep an eye on this competition caution whenever it does fly. We're only 5 minutes into this race, and, well, this longer start-finish straightaway, Warren. Look at this. Joseph Rainey really not able to run away with it. He's going to get a shot down the backstretch.
Yeah, he's going to go for the move here down the first turn. He looks on the inside, and then that car behind him, Nathaniel Redmond, was kind of looking on a move for Slater, too, but I think they're going to be patient there, think better of it. They're going to, he's definitely setting something up here. We know Slater. We know how he raced it. He's setting something up for Joseph. And these guys are fierce competitors in the real life Apex MX-5 stuff. So don't expect Slater to hold back or be patient the entire race. He's going to be attacking Joseph Rainey.
Oh, what a sin there. This was on the outside line for Nathaniel Redmond. Holy, he got super deep into the braking zone there, able to keep it off that back bumper of Slater Colby. Just 0.2 of a second separating our front 3 runners within one another. And like you said earlier, Warren, how about Jake Steckler? He's hanging right back in there, just in 4th place right now, possibly waiting for a contact or a little bit of a bump and run here in the top 4. Marvin Samoya, and father of race leader right now, Joe Rainey, he sits P6, having to hold off Brandon Birch and that hard charging number 36.
Yeah, you know, Marvin's back there. He's kind of waiting for that top 4 to kind of make a, you know, mistake here and there. And, you know, this could happen down into turn 1. Let's see if we're going to see a move this time. No, nah, they're not going to go for it. He's being patient. He's being more patient than we've seen in recent races. And, you know, I think he's just trying to preserve his race a little bit. He doesn't want to drop back making any dumb mistakes. So, you know, this is turning out to be an interesting race. Maybe he's waiting for a different turn because turn 1 is the most common place to make a turn. It's the easiest place to make a turn. It's super wide track there, and you can make a bunch of stuff happen. So I'm interested to see where he's planning to make this move as they come into this super heavy braking zone. That is you can gain a lot of time there, but if you mess it up, you're going in that grass on the left, and you just lose all your time down this little bit of a straight here, coming into this complex of turns. You can gain a good amount. Ooh, Redmond gets a little loose there. That's a very common spot to get loose. Yeah, they're keeping it clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Marvin's caught up a little bit here, it seems. So I think he's catching some of that draft. Yeah, he's right in this fight. This is a battle for the top 5 now. So don't count any of these drivers out. Joe's got to make up some time. I want to see him get.
This is another real life Apex Motor Club driver here, and look at this is starting to look like a Daytona race here. This slipstream, the draft, whatever you might want to call it here. That's a move for Jake Steckler down the inside.
Yeah, they're going for it. Jake Steckler's going for it. They're going to be side by side here. I don't think he's going to get a good of a run, and Marvin's going to kind of squeeze him out of that. Oh, well, Marvin didn't get a good run either, so he's going to tuck right back in there. Let's see. Yeah, bold move from Jake there. Oh, it's side by side now with Marvin. Here comes Marvin out of nowhere. I didn't even see where that was happening. I think Jake has definitely the preferred line. Joe's going to sneak it up the inside of Marvin, though. Yeah, look, Joe's going to get this spot. Oh, no, he didn't. I thought he would have gotten a way better exit.
I'm right with you there. I thought the momentum was about to build for the Rainy Homes racing machine. And look at the gravel here, Warren. It's starting to what looks like snow on the racetrack. That means little to no grip there out of, I believe that was turn 5 and 6. Got to be careful here, drivers.
Yeah, that's a whole gravel bowl right there. That turn just fills up like a bowl of cereal with a bunch of gravel right there. It's crazy in the 86 race. Joe, look, I thought he caught those top 5, but you know he's lagging back just a little bit. About 7/10 behind. You know he's still there. But definitely he's catching up. Ooh, there's contact with Jake Steckler. Did you see that? Let's go back to that. Oh, man, they kept it clean. But they're side by side, Nathaniel Redmond and Marvin Samoya now. There was a little bit of contact into turn 1. I thought they were going to spin. It looked like it, but they did a great job of holding on.
I'll take a real quick replay of it here because it started to get tight there into turn 1. I believe this is it here. That's Brandon Burch in the vehicle buyer's machine.
This is later. This is that super bank turn.
All right, sorry. I saw some other side-by-side battle starting to ensue later in the track there. It's just bad timing there, but I mean, look at this. Warren, we're already, 10 minutes into this thing, and we're still having side-by-side, at least very close battles all throughout the racetrack.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm curious when this caution's going to come out. Are you allowed to talk about it, or am I going to get surprised too?
I think everybody's in for a surprise here tonight. Nobody knows because I think we're going to what would you call it? Cut off the short sort of pit stop. I know we should have enough fuel to make here tonight, but as long as nobody has that tire advantage, I think we'll be a-okay.
Absolutely. Joe Rainey moved back to P8 a little bit. I wonder what happened there. He must have had a moment somewhere on the track because now Brandon Burch, Josh Hunter is around him. I'm curious to see what happened to Joe. I'm not sure if we can go back, but that's okay.
Just looked like a little bit of a slip up off the track there. No harm, no foul, except for a few spots lost. And there's some more battling up here. This is Brandon Burch, Josh Hunter. Holy!
Little slide. He's going to go into the grass. Just, keep on down, Brandon. Control that car there. That was a little sketchy there. That turn is really scary. You can't be making moves there. Brandon got a little too excited on that one.
Joseph Rainey, I mean, Warren, I was right there with you. I thought that we would start to see Mr. Rainey start to run away with it, but no, Slater Colby continuing to hang right there with him.
Yeah, Slater's being a draft merchant. He's staying right there. 0.2 down the main straight. Yeah, he's going to get a bunch of time. Look at that time drop. Now he's into the hundreds. Yeah, so he's right there. He's going to be able to keep up with Joseph. I mean, Slater's good. I mean, these guys are always racing close on track. I thought Joseph maybe had a little bit more pace, but, Slater's able to reel him in, keep him reeled in.
Now, I believe we should start to see some brake lights show up on these cars here, Warren. I think you know what time it is here.
Uh-oh, 12 minutes and the caution flag?
Yep, 12 minutes in this race. We're going to slow and woe these puppies down, get everybody back up together, and have what should be a single file restart.
Take a look at Stone there. He's moved up. Right, he was P15, I think. He's into P12 now. I told you he's coming back a little bit. 9 seconds back, but that's not going to matter after this. Stone. We got Aaron Schultz ahead of him. Charlie Farah, he's a good driver. I've had a lot of good battles with him on the track. Timothy Thurine in P9. Joe Rainey in P8. I still am curious what happened to Joe, how he got back. He got moved 6th to 8th. I really don't know what happened with him. Josh Hunter ahead of him in P7. Brandon Birch P6. Marvin P5. Did he go wide here and he just lost out on the drag? I mean,
Marvin Samoya passing him, and then eventually Brandon Birch and Josh Hunter are both able to get around him. So I just stuck on the outside line. Well, he'll get back around the inside line here. Yeah, I don't really think there was too much of an incident, just continuing to lose really one spot after another on the last couple of laps for Mr. Rainey.
Yeah, he lost a little bit of momentum, it looks like. Because that's the P5, P6 battle. So I want to know how Birch got around him. I don't see where he did or where Josh Hunter got around him also.
There's Brandon Birch, that vehicle buyer's machine. Yeah, just down the inside, door quarter clear.
And then Josh is gonna take advantage of that too. And then Joe is on the bad line. See what I'm talking about? You don't want to be on that inside line. Look at the run that just got. Look at that. So he got caught out by Brandon's move, and then Josh really smart to attack there at the same time. He knew that turn was coming up, and you can't be on the inside. So that's some good heads up racing from Josh Hunter.
Real quick, I'd like to shout out to I believe it's Connor T. Cunningham here. He has made it up to 14th place right now. That John Pork MX-5 machine, possibly paint scheme of the race here tonight. That number 50 has some pace.
Yeah, that's the old Darren Colby. I think Nico put that on Darren Colby's car at some point when he first started racing here. Man, are they going double file? No, single file. Yeah. Where's that pace car at? Is he coming in soon or what? What are we looking at here?
I think I'm going to let everybody pass the start-finish line here, and then I'll get that the pace car in this time by.
All right. How are we looking at YouTube? I don't even have it up.
YouTube land, let's try it out. Try4 is here, Moonlight Dancer, Melina Colby's hanging out with us, saying Marvin was moving up. Great start of the race, Marvin, keep it up.
Sean, pull the pace car this lap.
Hey, yeah, Darren, I got you, buddy.
I'm here now.
There he is. Yeah, it's coming in. Are you racing tonight, Darren? You're not racing,
Nah, Darren's out of town.
I'm in Savannah, Georgia.
He's with Nico out there doing those testing. That should be fun.
Yeah,
testing.
Great.
Yeah, they're testing some cars.
What?
Oh yeah, I think, right? Isn't that right, Darren?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Savannah, Georgia. What track is down there?
Roebling something. Roebling something.
Something. I don't know. I just drive.
I just flew in here and got in here about 3-4 hours ago, and yeah, we'll be there at 8 a.m. So it looks
There you
like
go.
Slater's putting the pressure on Joey Rainey, and these guys have been running a really clean race, which is awesome, and they are stacked. And now, when they come off the caution, I imagine the chase will begin.
Yeah, you know, it's there wasn't much like attacking or offense in the first half of the race, and I think we're definitely going to see it now. Even though it's a little bit riskier now, but this is the time where you got to make your move. You do have quite a bit of race left, just over half of a race left. So I think they're just kind of feeling out the track and getting warmed up basically for this second half of the race.
I think your sleeping giant is Jake Steckler.
That's what I put him as the dark horse also. He's going to capitalize on a Joseph Rainey, Slater Colby incident, as we've seen in the past.
Yes, sir.
Well, Darren, you're more than welcome to hang out with us the rest of this race. I think it's only gonna continue to get better. That was a little bit of an early competition caution. None of the drivers knew when it was going to fly, and should get back to some single file racing. That safety car is gonna come in here into the pit lane.
Ready to go green?
Darren Colby, Warren Johnson up here in the booth. Take it away, boys. Take us to some green flag running. Keep an eye on Joseph Rainey, Slater Colby, those front two runners.
Jake Steckler there. I want to see what the run Jake Steckler gets. I feel like he's going to get a good start here. Good restart here. Joseph Rainey going out the pack, and in. We're back to green flag racing here at Zandvoort.
Redmond's going to go.
Steckler.
Yeah, he's going to go
side by side
and...
into turn one. Redmond, what a move. Jake totally lost out, man. I jinxed it. He got a bad restart. Man, what a move from Nathaniel Redmond at turn one. Oh, we got a little bit of contact back here in the back of the race. Who are those cars? We got Richard Moore. Who else is that? Alec Garza? Can't tell.
Charlie.
Yeah, they're keeping it clean. Single file again back here through the middle part of the track. They come into that really tight hairpin. Ooh, Redmond almost blew that braking zone, but he kept it together. His brakes got a little cold, I think.
Looks like Redmond's done playing. He's coming.
Yeah, he's on the attack, and you know how fast he is. 303, red and blue 303. That's a sick paint job, too, if you ask me. Sometimes, a lot of this track is really hard to get side by side on, coming through these tighter turns with the banking. Like I said, in that you don't want to be side by side. Whoever's on the bottom completely lose out. Keeping it single file down the main straightaway. Yeah, they're just keeping it clean. I think they're still trying to feel out each other's racing. But as you've seen, Nathaniel Redmond, definitely an early charge, early aggression from Nathaniel Redmond, and I think that's what kind of what we want to see here. I'm surprised more drivers aren't following his lead.
Here's a real quick replay of the incident at the start of the race here for Alec Garza, as well as quite a few drivers also involved. Oh, sorry about it. Here it is. Sorry about that. Ryan Cassidy as well as Rob Sweetster going around. I believe this is, it's all in the background of them. Sorry, I'm still trying to find it.
Oh, there's multiple.
Oh, there's multiple wrecks. They just keep coming.
That's what happens when you go too wide in that hairpin. You're just going to wreck no matter what. Look at this turn one. Yeah, that's just a common racing incident. Ooh, and it's just a big chain reaction there. That's what happens in turn one. We got too many people trying to make a move.
This is backing up to the battle for the race lead. Joseph Rainey continues to lead Slater Colby down our start-finish line. Boys and girls, sim racing fans of all ages, just 15 minutes left to go in this race. Side by side into turn one.
Slater's going to try to put it around the outside here. I don't know if that's going to work, but Nathaniel's definitely going to attack that move as he tries to put it up the inside of Slater. Yeah, no, they kept it clean there. Didn't lose much time from any of them, but he's definitely making Joseph think. This is just a mental game that Slater plays. He does it well. I think all the Colbys have a good mental game plan going into all the races, and they can really mess with the driver's head on track. The hairpin, Nathaniel. bumping. That's okay. Nathaniel is almost blowing that braking zone every time. It's kind of scary. I don't want him to run into the back of Slater. That would just ruin it. Great race.
Yeah, Nathaniel knows what he's doing, though. He's keeping his distance. He's bumping him where he's supposed to. He's doing clean.
No, Nathaniel's a great racer.
Yeah.
No.
Well, we're still good. We're still clean here. Oh, Marvin Samoya around. Uh-oh, that was a front runner at some point. Now he's finding his way back into the back of the pack. Ooh, another is that Brandon Birch as well?
This was when Marvin was up here top 5 as Brandon, I believe Brandon's involved as well.
Oh, it's a separate incident between Brandon and, is that Stone? Yeah, that's Stone.
Yeah, it's 2 vehicle buyer cars.
Yeah. I wonder what happened. I think it was kind of a reaction. Maybe one of them got distracted with spinning Marvin. And then, yeah, that's typical. That's what happens. Just kind of got sucked into the incident there. Well, maybe not. Yeah, that car definitely got into the side of Brandon. I think that's that other white car in the middle. I don't know who that is.
Stone
Definitely
Colby there in the middle.
No, the white and black car. I don't know who's.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see. Well.
All right, back to live we go. Sorry.
No. Check it out. What do we got? The Joseph Rainey still 3/10 ahead, 4/10 ahead, kind of sitting there. Nathaniel Redmond another 3 back, and they're just keeping it single file again. You know, I'm curious. They're setting something up. Slater is setting something up right now. He's got a plan. I can tell. He's gonna put the move on something. You know, Slater is not the one to just sit back and let Joseph or anybody try to just let them win the race. He's planning something.
He's finding the slow spots.
Just looking on the inside. Ooh, he got squeezed into the wall there by Joseph. You know, that was looking like almost he was committed to that move, but again, Joseph slammed the door on him. Where's he going? Nah, don't go for that inside line. Don't lose the time. That gap. Yeah, that's any sort of inside move there. There's a way to do it, but it's really hard to get it perfect, and you kind of have to rely on the car ahead to kind of make some mistakes into that turn as well. To the hairpin they go. Nathaniel Redmond still right there in it. A little bit more of a gap for Joseph Rainey to Slater, but that's going to close up in the main straight for sure. Those brakes are glowing on the Slater mobile. Nathaniel's looking. He's not gonna just sit back and watch Slater either. Slater's kind of got 2 things going on now, because you know Nathaniel's gonna put some moves on.
Yeah, Nathaniel's gonna get him in the draft and get him on the inside, possibly going into turn 1 here.
Yeah, I expect a move to happen. Yep, there it is. Inside for Nathaniel Redmond. Takes P2 away from Slater Colby. Yeah, we all saw that one coming. Slater looking focused there in the driver cams. He is not happy. You can tell he wants that position back. The decision has been made. He now is on the attack, on the offensive for the rest of the races. There's no time to be holding back. You got 10 minutes left. You got super fast Joseph Rainey, super fast Nathaniel Redmond. You got to put the pressure on now.
Well, Slater's got to bump it up. He might have wore his tires out. Jake Steckler's only 0.2 off of him. He's right there on him.
Jake has definitely closed the gap. Yeah, that tire factor, this track does wear your tires out a lot. Man, those brakes are just on fire. Joe Rainey's back up into the P5 spot. Look at that. From nowhere, you know, we kind of thought he was kind of pulling back a little bit into PA, but he's right back in this top 5. That's where I want to see him. Don't count out Joe Rainey. Joe Rainey's going to go get on the podium despite him not wanting to do interviews. I think he's going to pull a podium out here somehow. Single file down the straight. Nathaniel Redmond, 0.4. Slater, second, 1.2. Slater's got a little bit of a gap there. He must have, something happened with him. Curious to see as we got Charlie Fair there on Josh Hunter. Josh Hunter's in P9. He moved back just a little bit. Joe Rainey, Stone Cold, Timothy Thurin. That's a new name for sure too. I'm not sure. That's that other car that got into the side of Stone. That's Timothy. They're still all right there, but they're definitely 7 seconds back from that top 5. I don't think there's any hope of them catching up to the main top 5 guys. So.
Uh-oh. Had a little push there, but they held it together.
You still there, Sean? I haven't heard your voice in a while.
I am sorry. Y'all were kind of getting in a groove there. I was letting you at it here, but holy guacamole! Timothy
Brandon
runs
Burton.
ride.
That was sick. That was a sick move from Brandon there. I got
Brandon
to say
Burt's got
replay that
good right there.
That was a sick move. And then Timothy's going to lose out on the straight too. He didn't get a good entrance or exit out of that final turn. Maybe the draft will save him just a little bit. Ooh, side by side for P1, but he's going to tuck it back in there. They're kind of pulling away from P3, 4, and 5. Now Slater's got Joe Rainey on his back, and if you don't know anything about Joe Rainey, he ain't gonna let Slater Colby get in front of him. He's definitely gonna be on the attack here for the remainder.
Did you just see the line differential that Slater and Joe Rainey made right there through the reverse NASCAR turn? I mean, Slater sent it up there, ran the top line. Joe was a little bit more kind of less aggressive with his line, but the draft is sticking him right up there with him.
Yeah, that turn has you can take that turn a bunch of different ways and be okay and kind of stick there. There's a lot of it's a very like I said before at the beginning of the race, this is a super unique track, and that is, I think, the most unique turn on this track.
And I wouldn't doubt it if Slater slowed down a little bit to let Joe get in there and they could draft up to the leader, and they're working together right now.
Could very well be. That's a good observation there, actually. Yeah, that might be.
Because now they're starting to close that gap with both of them, as well as Jake Steckler.
As long as Joe can connect to the back bumper of Slater, they should be able to catch back up there and get right back into that top 2 battle.
Yeah, that's
what
that
big gap in P5 to P6. 7 seconds. Yeah, this is a top 5 race for sure here. He's pulling away from there a little bit. That's Stone Colby's. He's getting back to he wants to get back to Jake. I don't know if he can make up 6 seconds though. That's a tall order, but if anybody can do it, it's
you'd need a pretty good draft or a pretty good bump.
Yeah, Jake's got to get on his he's got to work together with Brandon. Ooh, we're side by side for the lead here. Is Nathaniel Redmond going to take the lead here into the final section? Oh! Yes, he is. Nathaniel Redmond in the P1 over Joseph Rainey. Yeah, Joseph didn't expect that one. I don't think he's raced with Nathaniel here. Oh, Joseph's coming right back at him. Going to the final turn. Nope, not there. Redmond gets a little squirrely. He's got look at this. Joseph's got a way better run. I don't expect him to bump. Not at all. He's gonna take this one right on back. Drag race into turn 1. I think it's gonna be Joseph. Yeah, he's already ahead. He's got the preferred line. We got to see what how's Nathaniel gonna respond to here. Look at Joseph just try to push him a little one. Ooh, contact Joe Rainey and Nathaniel Redmond. I told you. Oh no, that's gonna push Joe back to P5. He was in P3. And just a little loose from Nathaniel. Yeah, and then that caused that Jake Steckler's right back in there too. What a race this is for the top 5. We got 5 minutes to go in this race.
Well, and that little scuffle right there, Warren, you called it great, but I mean, Joseph Rainey in all of that finds himself backing out to the race lead.
Yeah, he definitely took advantage of that. Nathaniel maybe being just a slight bit too aggressive there in that back half of that course. I think he should have just tucked in behind and kept the draft, but that he might be pushing his tires a little bit too much too. That probably has something to do with it. But that's not going to be the last of this battle. There's more to come with the final 4 minutes of this race.
Real quick, I know we've been focusing on the top 5 for quite a bit here, but Brandon Birch, another vehiclebuyers.com MX-5, he's been in the thick of it with Josh Hunter. I've noticed just about every single lap of this race. Brandon Birch continues to sit where he started. Josh Hunter hounding him for that 7th spot. Here we go, back down that long start-finish straightaway. Also, Charlie Farah and Aaron Schultz continue to go at it, as well as Timothy Thurin a little bit further in front of these two.
Yeah, Josh giving the
Uh-oh.
Oh no, Joe Rainey's in the wall. Joe Rainey is in the wall.
Here's a replay of it, boys and girls.
Did he just messed the turn up. Oh my goodness. He clipped the inside curb and it just sent the rear end around. No, Joe, no.
I see what you did there. Well, unfortunate for Mr. Rainey, he's going to drop out of that top 4 and 5 spots. He started to put a little bit of pressure up there for the final interview spot. Like you said, Warren, he might start to get a little bit scared maybe of it. Nathaniel Redmond, Slater Colby continue to make up 2nd and 3rd. Coming just to, 3.5 minutes left to go in the race.
Yeah, that might have been strategic on Joe. He might have just been over pushing.
That's screwed.
Oh, if I spin. Oh, well. Slater, there's still a gap with Slater and Nathaniel. I thought it looked like he was closing it, but he'll close it a little bit into turn 1 here. Probably you're going to see
Look
some
at the
late
top
braking.
left. Look at the delta right now. It's dropping. I mean, I don't know the word. We just went from 0.2 down to 1 into turn 1. Almost contact between Redmond and Rainey.
Yeah, that's that draft. That draft is super strong down that main straight. You just keep expecting that. We got 2 minutes to go in this race here at Zandvoort. We're going to see some moves from Nathaniel. We're going to see some blocking from Joseph. Don't count out Jake and Slater in case there's a little mishap between the top 2. I don't even count them out of this battle. They're going to get right here. Slater late on the brakes, catches right back up to those top 2.
Here we go. We'll go single file back down our little short shoot of a straightaway, back into another hairpin technical right, back into the left we go. Nathaniel Redmond hounding Joseph Rainey's back bumper. Slater Colby kind of missed the turn there. He opens the door for Jake Steckler for that P3 spot.
He was lagging behind just a little bit there. That turn can be pretty difficult too, honestly, and we're gonna see a draft. Don't go into the dirt, just a little tire dip. That'll be okay. Jake and Slater need to work together. Jake needs to give. He's not though. There he goes. Yeah. You need to bump him up to the top 2. This is probably the final. This is going to be the last lap of the race. Got less than a minute left. Ooh, Nathaniel Redmond going on the outside. Let's see if he can make that outside line work. I don't think the outside line has ever worked there.
Clear for Joseph Rainey.
Me too. Yeah, Joseph Rainey still retains the lead spot. We have to stay on this top 2 battle. There's something's gonna happen here. I can smell it. They come through that super banked left turn, coming down to the hairpin here. This is one of the harder sections of the track for sure. It's lagging behind just a little bit now. What's going on? Slater's gonna go for P2. Nope, can't make it. You can't make that move there. Look at all the time that got lost. Oh, Jake. Hold on, Jake. Oh, yep, there goes Jake. He's out of that battle, but he kept it together.
Nathaniel Redmond, he's got just 2 more chances to make a shot at Joseph Rainey's back bumper. Here we go, coming to the checkered flag here tonight. Joseph Rainey, it looks like he has what it takes. The number 30 Mazda MX-5, double reigning champion in the Apex Motor Club Real Life Series. Looks like Joseph Rainey, he has what it takes to take it down into the checkered flag victory lane, the virtual racetrack here tonight. Congratulations, Joseph Rainey, Nathaniel Redmond, Slater Colby, Jake Steckler on that top 4.
Yeah, what a great race, great battle from those guys as they go flying into the first.
Oh
Let's
my!
See this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Josh Hunter. Oh man.
All right, sorry. That was Alex
8.
Garza. Oh my! We're still wrecking here, boys and girls.
Gotta love the end of the race. Is kind of the stress relief, after the race, as everybody piles up into turn 1. Yeah, what a battle. I mean, Nathaniel just, I feel like he just overdrove it a little bit and kind of killed the tires. He wasn't getting the exits that Joseph was getting on any of the turns. Um, Getting helped a lot by the draft. Going around the outside turn one, and it's just gonna really scrub the tire. It's just, I don't know. He had a good run there, but Joseph was just relentlessly consistent with every single turn. I don't think I've seen one mistake from Joseph. He let him by one time. He let Nathaniel by like one time, but he just he put his head down and got the position right back, and that's what you need to win races here. And we're gonna talk to them in the interview room here in just a second and see what they have to say.
Congratulations once again to our top 3 runners, as well as every single driver who made it out here in the Apex Motor Club Sim Racing Series here tonight. That was a lot of fun to watch. That was fun with Darren Colby, Warren Johnson joining me up here in the broadcast booth. Real quick, before we get to our our top 3 driver interviews, we'll take a look at the unofficial race results oh my God. Hang on here. Before we do that, oh my God.
I have not ever seen a Miata get that much air. Oh, look, because it got the Nathaniel just launched him. That was perfect. That is crazy.
Nathaniel, like that cone semi truck in Grand Theft Auto 5 back there behind him, just launched him up into space.
Yeah, that was just perfect timing, man.
Okay.
What a spectacular track. What a spectacular track. Anyways, on to the final results here.
Oh man, what a race. Warren, thank you once again, as well as everybody joining in here tonight in STAM Studio Network. That was a lot of fun to watch these drivers put it out here tonight. Joseph Rainey is going to take away the race win. Nathaniel Redmond, Slater Colby, our top 3 drivers. Make sure you make your way to driver interview booth. Jake Steckler, Stone Colby, Brandon Birch, Josh Hunter, Samuel Cruz, Timothy Thorin, Charlie Ferrier rounding out that top 10 as we still have just chaos in the background. Warren, that's a lot of vehiclebuyers.com machines up there in that top 10, and then even rounding out 11th through 24th, Joe Rainey, Aaron Schultz, Marvin Samoya, Connor T. Cunningham, Kyle Klein, Matthew Cruz, Charles Hurley, there we go.
Hurley.
Alec Garza, John Mellencamp, and the John Pork Machine, I believe that was. Rob Sweetster rounding out 20th, 21st through 24th. Ryan Cassidy, Richard Moyer, James Lovejoy, Logan Nordhoff. There we go. That is our 24 driver field here tonight. What a race, what a finish, what battles. Here we go, I think. Oh, we're still waiting on the interview room. Warren!
Oh, they're here. No, they're here.
There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Warren, I'm going to leave you, matter of fact, with race winner, son of the man himself, Joseph Rainey.
Joseph,
Boys.
How we doing, man? You got a copy?
Yep.
How was that battle for P1, man? You were under pressure the entire race. Take us through it. How did you handle the pressure from Nathaniel Redmond and Slater Colby?
I don't know. It was just pretty difficult. I thought for a while there it wasn't going to work out. I was in tremendous danger for a while there. But no, just, keep trying to hit your lines and try not to make stupid mistakes, which I didn't manage to do. I made a lot of stupid mistakes too, but luckily it all worked out.
Well, I was going to say, just before you guys came in here, that you had relentless consistency lap after lap, no mistakes. And, I know Nathaniel did get by for, a few turns, but you put your head down and just took the place right back from him. So that was quite impressive to see that, because a lot of the time you see when the drivers in the top 3, if they get past, you kind of freak out, and you kind of see that in our league with some people, and they're very reactive, and but you kept your cool, put your head down, and you took the position right back from them. So anything you want to say to Nathaniel and Slater about their driving? I mean, they were racing you pretty hard the entire race. What's your kind of opinion on how they raced you, and just your thoughts on that?
They raced me really cleanly, which was surprising because Slater owes me one still from real life racing, but it was super clean, and I was just happy nobody dumped me on my ass off the side of the track.
And that is easy to do here. Anybody you want to thank for your win tonight at Zandvoort?
Oh man, I guess Rainy Homes Racing, the greatest sponsor ever, and myself for driving the race. I mean, I'm the one that drove it, so.
There you go. Yeah, I can't forget Rainy Homes Racing. That is a great sponsor. The great looking car too there. You and your dad got a great livery on those cars, and it was glad to see that on display tonight.
It's a good combo. They don't stay that clean very often. It's nice to see them in good shape on iRacing.
Yeah, especially with the no damage. You kind of wish you'd have that in real life sometimes. So
that would have been fantastic in real life.
Absolutely. Well, Joseph, congrats on your P1. I'm going to hand it to Sean for P2 and Nathaniel Redmond.
Thanks, gents.
Hey, thank you, Warren. Great job in the up in the interview booth there. Congrats to Joseph Franey on that win. I'm going to have Nathaniel Redmond here for P2. Nathaniel, you got yourself a copy.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Nathaniel, man, that was tight there for 2, 3, 4 laps there. The battle for the race lead, it was there at your fingertips. Man, all it took was just a slight little running wide there. I believe that was turns 1 and 2. No grip out there in the gravel, but you definitely showed some pace and that you could put it up there with Joseph Franey. Nathaniel, walk us kind of through your race briefly here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, shout out. I don't know if I call him Joe or Joseph, but I mean, like y'all said, super consistent, great race all race. I just could not get past the guy. So shout out him. Race was good. I felt a lot of tire wear on this one. I think everybody kind of felt it. We were saying it in the chat a lot. All those hairpins in this track really eat the tires. And so I think about midway through after the caution, we were all just kind of complaining the whole race about how we can't take any of these turns, which I think I was probably complaining mentally the most. But yeah, a little bit of tire fall off. I think everybody raced like Joseph or y'all said, very cleanly. Thought that was great. Slater put up a good race. Jake put up a good race. I mean, everybody in that top slot was just great. I mean, this is probably, in my opinion, one of the closest lap time based races kind of we've had, especially with the qualifying being so close for everybody. So it was awesome to see kind of maybe how it played out and who moved up, who didn't. But yeah, it was awesome.
It was awesome to watch you guys out there battle it on track for 35 minutes. That was a surprise competition caution. Did it catch you off guard at any coming up at that 12 minutes?
Oh, the competition caution?
Yes, sir.
It caught me a little off guard. I think I was literally going to go for a move, and then it flew, and then I kind of just gave up. I maybe remember that incorrectly, but yeah, I was expecting somebody to say, hey, caution's next lap, but no, it just flew. So that was interesting.
We were talking about that up in the booth of surprising you guys. And
okay.
sorry to budge in here, Sean. I have a question for Nathaniel. So we were kind of talking about, the tires and everything, but I had mentioned that I thought that you were maybe overdriving the car maybe a little bit at the end of the race. Do you feel that was a kind of a factor of not being quite able to hang on to Joseph, or
I don't know
just the tires throughout the race?
I don't know what it was with that first corner, but I always felt myself just, if I had like a half a second on the guy in front of me, I would catch up to him mid-corner every time, but I would then lose that half a second again, just because I probably overdrove into it. So I think that was definitely the case in a lot of those corners. I actually bought the track today and I hopped on, and this is the first time I've driven it. It was very confusing to me, and I think I just kind of didn't know where to go, and I think I sent it more than I should have. So yeah, I think you've got that pretty spot on. A little bit of overdriving for sure.
Yeah, that turn 1 is definitely. We saw you trying to make a couple moves on the outside there, and I feel like it's hard to make that move on the outside stick there. It just really eats the tires, it shreds them through there. So
trying to make the broadcast interesting for y'all.
Absolutely. Well, I'll hand it back to Sean, and thanks for answering my couple questions.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Hey, that's about all I got for you, Nathaniel. Before we get to Slater Colby on that final driver interview spot, I know you already made a shout out or two. Is there anybody else you'd like to thank?
Yeah, no, I mean, just shout out the whole Apex Club. I think these races are awesome, and it's always clean. So it's a great time. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Nathaniel. And that was a really good, fun battle to watch. You drivers kept it clean, and that's what kind of makes Apex Motor Club Sim Racing Series. That's what it's all about right there. Congrats once again on your P2 finish here tonight, Nathaniel.
Appreciate it. Have a good night.
You do the same, man. Slater Colby, sorry we kept you waiting here for a little bit. Got yourself a copy.
I'm here.
All righty, man. You, I believe, started P3, going to finish P3. That vehiclebuyers.com MX-5 Cup car had some pace here tonight.
Yeah, I felt honestly really good in practice, and then Joey came in and beat me by a tenth, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna have my work cut out for me. And then qualifying went well. I don't really like starting first too much because, I mean, everyone's got a draft behind you and everyone's kind of watching what you're doing. So I kind of like to be the stalker instead of being the prey. But yeah, I mean, the race was good. Nathaniel and Joey both had insane pace. Same with Joe and Jake. Everyone was driving really good. Honestly, I mean, we were all driving so consistent. I feel like that it was so hard to even make a move. But Joey made a couple little tiny mistakes, tried to capitalize on that. But honestly, I think Nathaniel was the one capitalizing on everything. He drove really solid, tried to bump me up to Joey during the race. And I don't know, the tires definitely did wear at the end. And I was trying everything I could, but I'm pretty happy with pulling off the third here.
No, it was a lot of fun to watch, Slater. We saw you climbing up the hill, letting the momentum do the work there out of, oh god, turn. I think that was 3 or 4. Anyways, Slater, it was fun to watch also the tire wear, the kind of strategies that did start to ensue. Real quick before we let you get going, man, who we shouting out to makes it all possible for you.
You, of course, for broadcasting these races. You're doing an insane job. I get constant DMs all the time of even people not joining to race. They want to still watch the streams, and so hopefully you're getting some subscribers from that. And then obviously, you know, Warren and him bringing all his buddies over here to race with us. And I know Warren couldn't make it tonight, but still participates in the broadcasting and vehiclebuyers.com, overstock vehicles, and hopefully my little brother Nico does pretty solid the next couple days out in Georgia. He's doing some stuff with some MX-5 stuff, so I'm rooting for him. I hope he does pretty well. So besides that, not much. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, thank you so much, Slater Colby. Best of luck to Nico Colby up there in Georgia. And Slater, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that and everything that you do behind the scenes for the league and the Instagram and everything there. So it doesn't go without being noticed. And thanks once again. Congrats on your P3 finish. Thank you every single one of these racers for racing with us here tonight, giving us an ultimate show to watch, as well as every single one of you down there live in YouTube land. It makes my job easier when got racers it's like this and fans like you guys that make this all possible. So Moonlight, Andrew Bound, Andrew joined us here in YouTube land as well. Try4, Melina, Terry, Ted, if you're watching, every single one of you, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. You guys drive your virtual race cars home safe. Have a great rest of your night. We'll catch you tomorrow night at West Coast Sim Racing Multi-Class League. Until then, Sean Stam, Warren Johnson up here in the booth, Joseph Rainey with that win, Nathaniel Redmond P2, Slater Colby P3. Thank you, everybody, joining in here tonight. We'll catch you tomorrow night. Have a great rest of your night.
Thanks, guys.